Morning everyone, Tony here from IB Heating. Today we are going to be fitting our first Sapphire boiler. There is going to be a cylinder with it, an unvented 300 litre. Now originally the customer specified an OSO or OSO delta coil cylinder, which is a high gain sort of heat pump cylinder. Unfortunately that's been discontinued, so instead of going for a smaller or larger model, the customer's now looking at maybe going with a Mixergy, so we may be fitting a Mixergy with it. Today really we're just going to site, we're going to remove the old boiler. Heating's not needed at the moment, we're in July, even though it's not really very balmy at the moment, but hopefully no heat required. 18 degrees. Yeah, so we're going to be ripping out the old boiler, leaving the current cylinder, which is in the loft. The current boiler is inside the house. We're going to be fitting an external boiler, external Sapphire. So we're excited about these Sapphire boilers. We recently went on the training up in St Leots, Cambridgeshire. This is going to be our first install. The Sapphire is a fully modulating oil boiler, which is something to be excited about. It's really going to be quite an energy efficient. So when we get to the property, we'll give you a nice rundown of the current setup, what the customer's after, what we're going to change, some radiator upgrades, which are we're just upsizing a couple of the smaller rads in some of the bedrooms, which is going to allow us to achieve those lower temperatures. So even though it's an oil-fired system, we're still treating it almost, not quite, but almost as if it was installing a heat pump. So we're trying to run this system at as low a temperature as possible, so that we can get the maximum efficiencies out of it. So yeah, it's a brand new one for us. First Sapphire boiler to be installed. Yeah, let's see how it goes. Hang on. Here we find the boss man himself, Ian, in his natural habitat.
Always happy.
So what's going on here then, Ian?
So we're going to be removing this old oil boiler, which is just a old Worcester, standard on or off, non-condensing, so really inefficient. And we're going to be putting in a super efficient Sapphire boiler outside that's going to be fully modulating, running on open firm. So it's going to be tons more efficient, and then use this cupboard space to fit our new cylinder. This Tesla kit's going to go over there along with this cylinder somewhere in the middle, and we're basically going to just repipe it, tidy it up a little bit. We've got a bit of a mess going on down there. And have a look at some messy pipes.
I'd love to look at messy pipes.
Beautiful down there. Who doesn't like to see something like this?
Oh, look at that.
Perfect. Yeah, pretty standard. So we're going to have a right tidy up with the pipe work. Nice new efficient boiler, super efficient cylinder. Rewire the controls on open firm and away we go.
Molding in a new water main for our new unvented cylinder. Let's go and have a look at that. guys, day 2 on our Sapphire boiler install. Now the molars have come in and run a new water main in. They've been and gone, so let's just have a look at what they've left behind. Now, at first impressions, I can see almost no evidence of them having been at all. We had one dig here. As you can see from the other video, it was right here. There's a little bit of tar that came up there as evidence, but that is literally it. Then we come over to here, where this is where our second hole was. The grass has gone back beautifully, so literally no disruption at all. So if you imagine a trench from here down to there, and then from here down to there, there'll be much more upheaval than we've got here. Then if we come around here to our boiler location, so our third hole was over in that corner right there. So we've got our oil line coming up just here. Our oil tank's just on the other side over there. So our oil line just pops under the ground, runs along here, comes up here. Now we're going to renew that from there, clip it neatly underneath the weatherboarding over to our boiler location, which is over here. So this is where the other hole was. So we're going to have a nice slab that we put down here and sight our boiler on. We've got the external model, obviously. This is a PRV that comes down from the cylinder in the loft, so that's going to be going. It's also in the way inside because we're moving the Tesla kit inside round, so this is actually in the way internally anyway. These are just 2 old flowing returns that did go to a temporary heat pump that was at some point installed here, which was running some underfloor heating, but it's long gone. This is the PRV coming from the heating side. So what we're going to have here, we've got a fire valve. We're going to replace that for a new one. We're going to have a tiger loop because the Sapphire boiler do prefer to have a tiger loop fitted, even though we have got, we're on the same level as the tank, so it's strictly not needed. We're going to have our pipes, our flow and return from inside coming through 2 cord holes, through some waste pipe with insulation in, and then the copper pipe inside that. That's our preferred method. So we go from inside into the boiler, encased in plastic pipe and insulation. So yeah, let's go and have a look at the boiler itself. Right, so the Sapphire boiler is on site. So
here it is, Sapphire by EOGB, the world's very first fully modulating oil boiler for domestic properties. So let's get it open and have a look. Just going to say as well, I've just noticed on this, compared to other manufacturers that always send it on a pallet, we just put it on cardboard, nice sturdy cardboard feet. So not only is it super energy efficient, but also thinking about their packaging, which is nice. There she is in all her glory. Let's have a look. So they've got a nice compact unit compared to some other makes out there of the more standard on or off type oil boilers. I'm sure we've been through this in a couple of other videos, but the benefit with these lovely little boilers is that they are fully modulated. So for anyone that doesn't know what that means, it basically means that it can run anywhere between 6 and 32 kilowatts, I believe it is. Whereas other oil boilers, if it's a 32 kilowatts, it's 32 kilowatts, it's on or it's off. There's no middle ground, it can't go high rate, low rate, it's just on or it's off. So in the summer months, for example, when you're firing up for hot water, it could be firing up 32, or in a bigger house even 70 kilowatts to run a cylinder, which really only needs 3 kilowatts, so it's a huge waste of energy. Another benefit of that is once the system's up to temperature, rather than the boiler keep going on and off, on and off, on and off all the time as they do, this will just calm itself down, run at a nice low gentle rate, and be a lot more efficient to run and have some huge fuel savings. But yes, just looking at it, it's lovely. It's a nice sturdy little unit, fully weatherproofed, nice green casing. What a beautiful bit of kit. So we get the other box and the accessories out. We'll get the other box out with the accessories, we'll open it up, we'll have a little look inside it. So we've got our accessory kit that comes with the boiler. Let's open them up, see what we've got inside. Exciting times. Let's have a look. So we have got one nice fully stainless steel flue cage. Stop people putting anything in the flue, kids putting balls in there, stop birds going in there, anything like that, which is always needed. We've got a really good quality air hose, air intake hose. I mean, this just kicks the butt off of everything else that's out there on all the other oil boilers I've ever installed, which has got to be into the thousands, well into the thousands. We've got our flue adapter, which has got the air intake on it, and we've got our flue terminal, which has got a silencing cone in it, because being a blue flame oil boiler, blue flames are generally always quite a lot noisier. Small price to pay for the huge saving in oil consumption and the increase in efficiency, but they've added this cone to silence it right down. So once we've got this running, we'll show you this in action. And then we've got another little box, which I imagine has got some fittings, bits and pieces for your connections. Yep, so we've got a relay kit if you're using a switch live to the boiler, because these boilers can run on open therm or a switch live. We're not using the switch live, so we're not using the relay kit on this one. We're going fully open therm for maximum efficiency. We've got a beautiful little stainless steel condensate trap. Again, I've never seen a stainless steel one of these. I think maybe once on a Firebird or something, but generally they're always plastic. They're always a bit rubbish. This is a proper bit of kit. That's going to last forever. Let's have a look in here. Got some paperwork. We've got some pipe covers, so when we go through, covers the holes up. We've got a gasket for our flue, and we've got a sticker to tell you how beautiful and efficient it is. 6 to 32 kilowatts, A rated, 65 decibels if you're wondering about how noisy it is, and that'll be at maximum rate, so it'll never be noisier than that, but it will be quieter a lot of the time. And then you can give us some fittings to connect it, which again you don't really see from other manufacturers. We've even got some glands for cable entry into the boiler. Again, other manufacturers don't think about that. And then we've got our cone, which actually goes on the burner, and this is a slightly larger one, so if you want to have this on its maximum output, we would need to fit this, but in this instance we don't need it on its maximum. 26 kilowatts is absolutely ample. So there we go, that's the Sapphire boiler. We've also got in here the nozzles. So the beauty of these boilers is they only ever use 2 nozzles. I mean, I've got a box of probably about 500 nozzles in the van, and you still haven't always got the right one. With these boilers, you'll only ever need 2. Fantastic. So we're going to have a little measure up, get its base down, get the pipes through the wall. We're going to show you how we do that. We do that a little bit differently to others, and yeah, we'll show you it in place.
So this is our preferred method of getting pipes from the inside to the external boiler. we use some waste pipe. This is actually pool pipe. We drill our holes exactly where we want them in the casing. And then we feed straight from the indoors into the casing of the boiler. So ends up looking like that. Then through that we will put our insulation, and we will then put our copper pipe. And this is what you end up with. Lagging inside the plastic protective pipe, copper straight through into the boiler. So another lovely little detail on these Sapphire boilers is the punch outs at the back. Once you remove those, they've got pre-cut insulation already, so that's already perforated, so you can easily just tear that out. That comes out, and then they supply you with these, which basically slot back in to the hole that you've made, and you can then bring your pipe, your oil line or condense, whatever it is, just pierced straight through this. Boiler install. We're just waiting for the Mixergy cylinder to arrive. So our boiler is all but done. Here it is on the base. We've got the metal tiger loop here, got a fire valve. We just clip that nicely using some cable ties, just so it doesn't get stood on or yanked out in any way. And what you do is you set your fan speed to each pump pressure from 5 to 20 bar, and then you set your ratios and your CO on your analyzer for each one, and then it saves and stores it, and basically in future it knows what to do. So when it's down low, it's burning correctly, and when it's ramping all the way up, it's doing as it should. That's us all done here on the Sapphire boiler install in Burwash. Yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed our video. If you have, maybe give us a like, subscribe to our channel. Plan on making a few more going forward, so see you in the next one.